Why did I think we were in the 80s?
I don't know, Chuck.
Because
Why
we
did you
all
think we're in the
because
80s?
because on
I don't
some level we always are.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Welcome to
Hey.
Exorcast. Ha!
Hello.
Aloha.
So we're on episode 43, and Chuck thought we were on like 83 or something.
Well, in my defense, if you add every episode we've ever done ever, there's a lot of episodes.
Well, there's
There's over 200 episodes.
yeah,
Then.
there's like 3 something. Anyway, yeah, it's been a while since we've done this. I forget how to do it.
Well, I think what we do is we just kind of speak into the microphone. And no.
We act like we know what we're talking about.
Some of us act like it.
Mm.
Some of us do.
Yeah. I know.
So we're saying opinions are now facts. Is what
I
we're
just
saying.
pretend.
Just wings it.
No, we're just picking up where we left off a month ago. That's all.
I am fucking exhausted. I will say that.
Yep.
I can't complain about nothing.
This is true, considering all of the different things that have happened in your life in the last month. Yes.
Oh, ain't that right? Ain't that right?
Yeah.
It's gonna kill my creativity. You don't have no. When you're a happy man, I don't know how you make dark content.
You'll find a way.
I'm gonna start making good old romantic comedies.
Look,
Let's
all
try.
I can tell you is every single time we do this podcast, at some point during the episodes we record, one of us says something and then eventually says, "Hey, Chuck, you should make that into a movie." So
I
just gotta go
tagged
back
you
and
in
collect all
something
the
today
ideas.
and told you to make it.
Yeah, but I don't remember what that was.
Deer face.
Oh yeah, deer face.
I didn't watch the trailer because I was at work and I can't have my phone at work, like brief periods.
Mhm.
But Adam Goddard, that was his idea. He made that trailer. He's the guy that did a lot of artwork for Exorcast, and he made our intro to this video, all these videos.
Well, deer face is not a bad idea. That's shiny.
very.
Ah,
I don't have. Well, look at this. I have this on my refrigerator. That's on my refrigerator.
I've got that on my refrigerator too.
There you go. Maybe if I request the new movies for review, I'll get one of those.
Possibly, in which case then we can review the other two that are in my hand besides the one we've already reviewed.
Those are upstairs.
Yeah, I assume that your hard boxes are also upstairs. There we go.
No, they're in hand right now. And here I thought the hard box was dead.
Might be now, but
It's nice.
I will say really good quality. The thing about these, I don't know. You have the first ones. Were they double sided? There's different cover art on these.
I don't think so. I think there was a front and a back. I could be wrong.
Like this one's got English on the front and Spanish on the back, and this one's got yellow and black on the front and black and white on the back.
Listen, that Beyond Terror Spanish artwork side is fucking awesome.
Here, if it won't blur, I can find it. Yeah, it didn't blur very much. There we go. Yeah.
It's not bad.
I'm excited to watch that. I haven't gotten around to it. I haven't gotten around to do fucking anything.
Well, I mean, as we said, if Chuck can get hold of review copies, we'll review them here.
Yes. If my camera cuts off for a second, ignore it. I have to check something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
To be fair, I don't think you actually have review copies of these because it seemed like they kind of made them difficult to get hold of after the fact. I did not get one of those yet.
I said, fuck it. I was buying all the other stuff. I might as well get the shirt.
Yep.
F it, he said.
Exactly. Yes, non-moving Chuck. Yes.
Frozen
Can you
Chuck.
see me?
Oh,
I
we can see you.
Frozen Chuck can hear you as well, but I can't see you do anything other than stare quizzically at the screen. Now we can't see you.
All right.
Now we can.
There we go. Yeah.
Live-ish.
I'm basically married, boys. I have to check messages, so I'm sorry.
Well, you tell her that this is guy time, and she can get you back in an hour.
That's right.
Not all members of Exorcast support this message.
part do you not support? Do you not support the? What
Hey, all I know is this cup of juice was brought to me while I waited to record the show because I had forgotten to grab it yet. So, just saying.
Yeah, well, this is what
Support is a two-way street, folks.
It's becoming more rare that you'll find me here solo. So the fact that I'm here alone to do this show is becoming more scarce. So be happy, boys. Be happy.
I'm happy for you, Chuck.
This good times.
Yeah.
It's good times. So if it goes south, then I get to do very depressed podcast later on down the line.
This young lady has finally made our Charles a man.
Yes. I was a man before, I like to think, but maybe a better one now.
That's debatable.
Maybe a better one.
That were debatable, I think. Yeah.
Aha. What about this awful movie you guys made me watch this week?
No, funny thing about that is I've seen a lot of people reviewing the set, like talking about their order of like all of the Forgotten Gialli sets and stuff, and they seem to think that this one is like good. And we'll get to that.
I wasn't entertained, boys. I wasn't entertained.
Oh, I was entertained. I also think that they forgot what they were making until about 5 minutes left in the movie.
It's like, we better tie up these loose ends.
But I am going to say that I enjoyed this.
I guess I enjoyed it.
You got a soft spot for Italian weird stuff.
I enjoyed it, but did I enjoy it more than Autopsy? Stay tuned to find out.
So, this is
not Autopsy, Trauma. Autopsy's in Volume 3. Continue. Sorry.
Well, you're somewhere we ain't even at yet.
Excuse me.
On a whole other level.
So this is the second film in the Forgotten Gialli Volume 1 set from Vinegar Syndrome. The police are blundering in the dark.
Well, it was the third disc in my set, so.
It's second one in the box as they put it out. And I think on your cover it says it's like second on the list too. I could be wrong on that, yeah.
It does. No, you're right. I don't like the title of this movie.
I hate the title of this movie. I hate it.
And the worst part about the title, it's not a spoiler, we're just going to say it. The title is only two things in the movie. There's a minute at the end of the movie where a character says it, and it's kind of like that Family Guy moment where he goes, "Oh, he said it," you know. But there's also a minute at the beginning of the movie where he's reading the newspaper and there's a headline that says it. That's it.
Just in case you didn't get the point the first time.
That's completely it. The police have next to nothing to do with this movie.
Well, Eazy would say something about the police, I imagine.
Ice Cube's better. Anyway. So
let's talk about the police being bumbling in the dark, or stumbling, or fumbling, or any other assorted related verb.
So there are violent crimes happening, and they're all targeting young women. And this kind
Scissor killer.
This kind of takes us to. I guess it's like. It's almost kind of hard to explain because at first I thought it was like a fucking inn, but I guess it's more like a fucking mansion.
Well, I mean, so which are you referring to? Are you referring to the place with like the strange barkeep and his wife, or are you referring to the massive house with the guy in the wheelchair?
Are they different places?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing, boys. Before we even get to that, we open up pretty good. Like, I think we opened up fine. We got your stereotypical giallo right here at the start. This woman needs some help. Here comes a helping hand. Oh, the hand has a black glove on it, by the way. And what do you know? He's got something sharp. And somehow this woman manages to lose her shirt while she's running from him.
Yeah, very, very easily.
Have you guys ever watched Monty Python Flying Circus?
I've not seen the Flying Circus, but I've seen Monty Python movies.
So one of the ones is this really weird one where like they're supposed to be doing this goofy movie, and there's a bit in it where like some weird looking like squid character or something is chasing after a girl, and as she's running away, she keeps turning, and somehow repeatedly she just loses a piece of clothing, just randomly bumps into something or it rips it off, and just cut to the next scene and same thing happens again and again. It's exactly like that in this. Because it's like he just they wanted it to happen, and therefore it happened. Basically.
Yep. That's exactly how this worked.
Yep. But then it seems like it starts off pretty strong, but then we kind of slow down a little bit, in my opinion. Of course, we didn't even say what the plot is, basically, but.
Well, we were about to, but you kind of jumped in to talk about the beginning of the movie, so.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do a Tarantino. Now we're gonna double back now.
All right. So there is a very, I guess he's well-renowned, a photographer. He had an accident and he's in a wheelchair now, but he still has models come over to his very large house to take nude photos.
And weird doctor too, who is very interested in conversations with him. Yeah.
Yes. So, and he's got like his photography of these women topless all over the place. His wife is not a fan of what he does, and his niece is staying with him. And yes, the weird doctor that James mentioned lives down the road, I believe, and
just comes over for dinner randomly
all the time. Is there.
Meanwhile, random woman is coming near to town, having issues with her car, trying to figure out how to fix the problem. And this is what I meant. You're talking about his mansion. There's a small town near the mansion. Basically, that's where the bar type place with the room to rent, I guess, in it is. And so she comes to this bar and is like, "Can you please help me?" And the old woman there is really freaking like kind of standoffish, but is willing enough to let shit happen. The bar owner wants her to stay, so she stays there for the night. Tries to call her boyfriend. Hang on, I will consult. Her
friend,
boyfriend. Yes, boyfriend on the back of the case. But to come get her, who is at present fucking someone.
Well, because I went to clarify that, and on IMDb, well, it says this journalist's female friend goes missing.
The way it seems to point it out is that the journalist has a lot of female friends, is all I'm going to say.
Well, of course. It's Italian.
And I believe he gained some more.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, he's your standard stereotypical 1975 rogue alpha male, fucks anything that moves journalist. It's like, no, I'm not going to help you. I'll get you in the morning kind of thing. Hangs up. So she goes to stay in this place, at which point we must now discuss the fact that apparently there is no better way on this planet to eat a sandwich than in your underwear, topless, while you're cold, topless. So you stand by the fireplace, topless, eating your sandwich for like a minute and a half.
That's how I eat my sandwiches.
I mean, the only way that I know that is better to eat your sandwich is when you make the sandwich in your mouth. So, and that's just a joke for Matt.
Oh,
yeah, I figured it was a Philadelphia reference.
Should have had some Crustables back in 1975. That would have been.
But yes, for like 2 minutes, the woman decides, strip down to her underwear, just the bottoms. The person, the old woman sends her son, who is weirdly mute and kind of different, shall we say. And he, of course, seems to want to kind of poke and grope and touch the random standing there and half-naked woman.
Of course.
He leaves, and then she just literally stands there, repeatedly pointing out that she's cold, eating her sandwich without putting any other clothes on.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I always just say it's Italian whenever something weird like this happens.
Yeah.
And this one is Italian, right? Unlike the last one.
Yes.
This is the sole one in the set that is Italian, yes.
Yeah, so I like the idea of this movie. I like some parts of this movie. I like the beginning of this movie. But I feel like there's way too much talking with nothing going on in this movie.
So eventually the guy, the killer, wanders around, comes rolling up on the inn, kills her in the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
The journalist comes up, where the fuck's my girlfriend and or female friend? We don't know. Maybe she went up to this mansion. We haven't seen her car. And her car's in the back behind the thing. Stuff's wrong with it. And yeah, then he goes to the mansion, and then for about the next hour, there might be a kill or two tops.
Maybe.
I think. But it's mostly let's sit around the table and talk at dinner at length.
Yep.
While one person's kind of hitting on the journalist. Let's talk to the doctor. There's a killing going on that I'm supposed to be figuring out as I'm the journalist, but I'm not going to really talk about it with almost anybody at all. It's. And this is to say nothing of the fact that we've mentioned that, and it's not really a spoiler per se, because it's on the box, and technically speaking, really has nothing to do with the plot. We've mentioned that this strange wheelchair-bound old guy is into photography. It wouldn't be a giallo if he wasn't into photography of what is inside of your mind.
Yes.
Yeah, and then literally the last 10 minutes after half the movie has been nothing since she died at the inn, the movie just suddenly goes, oh shit, right, we need to have a killer somewhere. Who the fuck did it? I don't know.
Let's just figure it out. Let's figure it out.
I figured it out fairly early, I will say. I actually
the maid kill was really funny. The maid kill was really good.
I actually beat my wife to figuring this one out, which typically doesn't happen.
I suspected this one that it was, but I wasn't fully on board with it. I had a feeling though.
And he means he beat her to the conclusion, not that he actually beat her.
Pretty sure that was not.
Both.
That was, well, it was a little out of context. A little out of context there. I beat my wife. Figure out. I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find some entertainment because this movie didn't entertain me, so I'm trying to find my entertainment in other ways.
You're make me break edge, Chuck.
I thought the I thought the kills were pretty good.
To be fair, I'm not straight edge, but anyway.
I haven't been drunk in like 2 months.
Well, I barely drink, so I'm basically the same. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, I thought the kills were pretty good. I thought the plot was good. It needed more.
Yes.
It definitely needed more to it. I really liked the twist. It was this mind photography thing. I thought it was fantastic when they came out. It was a weird scene of him download it. I don't know how to he's not necessarily downloading anything. Yeah, he's developing,
laughing at them.
But it's just so awkward. But yeah, I enjoyed this one, man. I liked it a lot more than Trauma.
Parts. Yeah, good parts, but you had the good parts spaced out with some dull stuff to me.
Yeah. There was a lot of downtime in this.
Kind of in between you guys in that I did like it because the good stuff that was in it, like the maid kill. Am I thinking of the right movie? I think I might be thinking of the wrong movie. Anyway,
the maid kill, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maid kill. As weird as that fucking scene was, the inn scene was hilariously bizarre. The whole concept of the mind photography, the opening kill, just a lot of it as a thing works really well in and of itself. It's just, I also agree with Chuck that, my God, does this movie need to move its ass. And also needs to remember that it's actually about something before there's 10 minutes left in it. So I actually didn't like it more than Trauma, purely because Trauma entertained me more.
Well, yeah, Trauma had the main girl was entertaining enough to kind of drag you along for that one, and plus such random things happen in that one. I think that kind of helped that one. This one needed some more random stuff. It has some random stuff, but I feel like it needed more often.
What about that real fucking strange sex scene?
Yep.
I mean, like I said, it did have its moments,
in the bushes,
but
yep.
Oh, I mean, if you're gonna do something, might as well be in the bushes, right? Ain't that like the old British way?
It's I guess the appropriate way to describe it is in the bushes with sort of resistance.
Hey, Oasis had a song called Oasis had a song called "Effing in the Bushes."
Fuck Oasis.
Thank you.
I don't like them. I'm just saying that they had a song called that.
Fuck no, Gallagher.
Some tells me you don't like Wonderwall. Do you?
Nope.
Does anybody really like Wonderwall? It's their most popular song.
Drunks at a bar, does you? But back to this.
This has been Exorcast, the music podcast.
An Oasis reference during a Giallo movie review, but
Not the
no,
weirdest thing Giallo.
no, I also didn't think this one looked that good transfer wise. I mean, did it look bad? No, but some parts of it looked dingy. I thought, like in the was that where they was all gathered around talking? Very grainy. I thought during times of that, or maybe my TV sucks. I don't know. But
I didn't really notice it being too grainy. I mean,
I thought it looked good outside. Like I thought when it opened up and everything, I thought it looked great. But I thought there was parts that didn't look as good. But of course, that could just be me. I'm not an expert on that subject, by no means. Of course, what the source of this is? What's the scans on this? You got the case there, Newsfinder. What's the scan on this?
It's 2K from the original 35mm negative.
So it's probably about as good as it's going to get, but it's good. It's just I don't think it looked as good as Trauma did.
So he died at 71 in 2004. He only, according to this, has a directing credit and a writing credit, which is literally
this movie.
Yeah, as I say, but the reason I bring that up is Mondo Digital, when they reviewed Forgotten Gialli, they mentioned in it that it was his only directorial credit, but they say he's a music composer. I don't know. There's no credits for him on IMDb in terms of being that, but apparently, yeah, he just decided to direct a movie.
Well, I mean that music may not have been in film.
No, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, yeah, he's got a writing credit and a directing credit on this, and apparently he was a composer beforehand.
He just probably didn't want to compose his own film.
It's possible. Wouldn't surprise me. He's not Carpenter. That's not in a bad way. I'm just saying, some people
not
can
everybody
do it,
is.
Carpenter, put that hand out and give me that Halloween money, right? That's
give me that money.
Give me anything on that kind of thing.
Oh, you want to make another Halloween movie? That's the greatest one I've ever seen. Give me my check.
So can we talked about the title of this, and it's fucking terrible. We talked about where the title came from.
Yep.
Can we come up with a better title for this film?
The Italian Scissor Massacre.
No.
A giallo title. Come on.
El Scissor Masquerade. I don't know. That's wrong. Yeah.
I'm just seeing where you're gonna go with this for a second.
I just fucking hate this title. I mean, come on.
No, I'm not you. I'm talking about Chuck. I just want to see where he's going with
it.
My mind sees pictures of your death. How about that?
Yeah, that's it. Basically, I was thinking along.
See?
In my head, I was like, what can you do with mental photography, basically? And that's where you want to go with this. My mind sees pictures of your death, the pictures that are hidden in your mind.
All better than what we got. Forbidden photos of the mind's eye.
So the dude's like, I'm just gonna name it about police fumbling in the dark.
I mean, fuck it. How about, icy cold? Trying to think of something with a sandwich. But no, that's what it should have been called. I mean,
her body decomposes under the cabbage.
I mean, there you go.
Spoiler.
Yeah. There you go. Better than what we got.
You are my bulge.
I mean, such a forgettable title. It's a wonder this was one movie that didn't stay forgotten forever.
Yeah,
I mean, again, I still like it, but fucking hell, man.
I mean, I know it's not a great movie. I find it enjoyable, but fuck that title, man. It sucks.
It's such a really, most Gialli, even if they have a weird title, there's a reason it has the weird, title. Mm-hmm. As an example, I'm not going to get into it. Bird with the Crystal Plumage is a really weird title when you consider the movie itself. Yeah. But at least there is a bird with crystal plumage in the movie.
Yep.
I mean, is it really referencing very much it? No, but it's a more interesting, that's at least a title that grabs you. Not, what could be conceived as a description of the plot. The police blundering in the dark, which is not even true.
Maybe he wrote the line and thought, well, that's clever. Let's use that as a.
Let's make a movie.
He used it twice in the movie, so you think he probably did.
He went back and added the newspaper in later because he was so hung up on it.
The police are twiddling their thumbs and not investigating at all. Anyway.
Forbidden sex in the bushes.
What would his extras on?
Yeah, there you go.
What's our extras look like for this?
Extras is so for the first volume set, basically the extras are always the same. It's a commentary by someone. In this case, it's Rachel Nisbet, and a promotional gallery. If I recall correctly, the biggest one is for the next one we're reviewing. But pretty much it's just like a few pictures of the posters and stuff.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's what you've got. Like that they don't have a lot of stuff to go from for some of these. And in many cases, they've never been on disc before.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but some of them.
Well, I hate to be that guy, but I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. I'm that dude.
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5.
I'm going 2.5.
But
I want to be clear that again, I still like it. It still entertained me. It's just Trauma was more entertaining to me and more weird to me, and so yeah.
More weird.
More weird.
Okay, I think there's argument to be made that they're equally weird. How about that?
Yeah,
I'm feeling all of these movies are going to be weird. Of course, Italian horror films like this are usually weird in general. Isn't most giallo movies pretty? Oh yes, of course.
That's half the fun of most foreign horror. Not that we were talking about it, but I've been kind of obsessed with this for a while.
Yeah.
You guys ever seen Taxidermia?
I've heard of it.
I don't think so.
It was Hungarian, if I remember correctly. It came out like a decade and a half ago. And back when I was writing reviews, I saw it at some point at a festival. I think it was either that or I had a screener or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'd heard about it beforehand, and it was supposed to be just really fucking weird. It's like an anthology film. Like one of them apparently is about a person who has sexual pleasure out of smells and can touch items and get sexual memories from them.
I feel like we've talked about this before.
Probably. It ends at some point with the guy masturbating fire. Okay, It's a fucking weird movie.
Is that directed by a guy who did Necromantic?
Georgi Palfi. But the thing about it is, I was thinking about it, and I think about this probably once every year or so, is I don't have it. I liked it. It's really weird. I don't have it. There is no American DVD release anymore. There was one, but it's long since out of print. So if you want it, you gotta import from the UK. And the thing about it, I'm bringing it up because it's Hungarian and it's fucking bizarre. It's different. That's the good thing about most foreign stuff. There's something unusual. There's something unique to it that you don't normally find in other stuff. So whether the gialli is Italian or not Italian, the gialli itself, it's weird. It's a gialli. Of course it's weird. I mean, most gialli are, basically, in a good way.
Yeah. Well, we need a little more on this one.
Need a little more out of...
A little pinch. A little pinch of more excitement on it.
I think we could have used some more kills.
Yes. Maybe one more kill would probably...
It was more focused on underwear than blood, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my opinion.
Yep.
So, did we save the best for last when we cover the next one next time?
We'll find out.
We shall see. Right? I haven't watched it yet. Spoiler alert. So
I have. I'm not going to say anything.
So
okay.
2, 2.5, and a 3.
Yep.
We went right up there, up the ladder.
The thing about most of this set, and I want to say most of these kinds of sets, is because they are lesser known. You're most likely not going to run into a 4. Because if it was a 4 or a 4.5, you'd probably know about it. It'd probably already have a Blu-ray release. That's not to say there won't ever be one, but you probably won't run into one. It's more about preservation, getting it out there, making sure it's still available, making sure it's known. The movie we were talking about, it's the only thing the guy ever did. Like, most of that kind of stuff just kind of vanishes and gets lost in the ether, and Vinegar Syndrome should be praised for what they're doing.
Now they're up to 3 volumes of this stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll get into more volumes of other stuff they're doing in a little while in the news, but yeah, for right now they're up to 3 volumes. I feel like either by the end of this year or next year at some point they'll probably get into another volume. I'm still thinking about how I want to pull off volume 2 because it's slowly but surely getting lower and lower in stock, and I'm debating whether or not I want to play chicken with the sale because it's below 1,000 right now. So we'll see on that front.
I don't know when I'm going to get in that sale.
Some of that stuff's pretty
I
awesome
believe,
in that sale.
That's not to spoil news, but I believe you'll be getting 6 String Samurai.
But anyway, I did pre-order that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what was it? Was it a April Fool's joke, or are they really releasing Heavy Trip?
What you cut out?
Heavy Trip.
Heavy Trip. I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's the movie they're releasing. That's a newer movie that from Music Box. Apparently, they signed a deal. A lot of people thought that was an April Fool's thing. Is that true?
Well, I mean, if you go to their partner labels and you look at Music Box Selects, Heavy Trip, Music Box Selects, $24.99 pre-order.
Is that black metal movie?
Yeah.
I'm getting.
Yeah, it's the one that has the back that says symphonic, post-apocalyptic, reindeer grinding, Christ-abusing, extreme war pagan, Fennoscandian metal.
Yes.
I have it on DVD, but I've never watched it. Like, I got it when Music Box put it out on DVD. I've got it, but I've never watched it. If they're going to go with Music Box titles, that's like Summer of Fear from Wes Craven and stuff like that. It's like the best stuff I think Music Box has out that people would know of. So, should we expect a Summer of Fear pretty soon?
Maybe it's one of the hidden titles.
Well, we'll see. But that was very random. Of course, people that have seen it said it's really good, though.
I mean, Vinegar Syndrome can just be very random. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what's awesome about them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, since we're on it, fuck it. Let's do the news. I don't have the Halfway to Black Friday list in front of me anymore, but 6 String Samurai was in there. They also did announce a Rene Cardona Jr. box set for the Halfway to Black Friday sale. And was Homegrown Horrors that was announced was also announced for that sale, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, because you can still pre-order that separately right now, but it's basically Homegrown Horrors, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait, no, Homegrown Horrors was different. I'm thinking of they also announced a made-for-TV movie box set, 3 made-for-TV movies. That was for the halfway sale. And then the hidden new Vinegar Syndrome Ultimate or Ultra release is 6 String Samurai. But beyond that, they also announced, after Last Gasp, Death Promise, and Rush Week all came out, they're doing Grave Secrets, which is a VSA title. The Cellar, it's a new director's cut from Kevin Tenney himself. Never been ever released in this extended format with all the new stuff they have with it. All American Murder, starring Christopher Walken and Anson Williams from Happy Days, because reasons. And Homegrown Horrors, which is it's intended to be like independent first-time filmmakers in the 80s and 90s making random shit that showed up in your video store. So, like, it contains Beyond Dream's Door, Winter Beast, and Fatal Exam. So those are all up for April.
Why do I feel like I've heard of Winter Beast?
You probably have. I feel like I've heard the title myself.
That ain't an old Trauma title, is it? Or am I thinking something completely
You're
different?
thinking of Night Beast, which is its own thing, and which Vinegar Syndrome also did on Blu-ray. I have the one that Troma did on DVD of it purely because it comes with Blood, Boobs, and Beast, which is the Don Dohler documentary.
Do you know that Troma just put out a Blu-ray for that again?
I know, and they're getting ready to put out a Blu-ray for the children, which Vinegar Syndrome's still making Blu-rays of. I don't understand what they're doing.
Wow, my chair just broke. Are they using the same? Transfer?
Who knows? We'll get to that kind of thing in a minute because we haven't talked about something since we last recorded, and I have more information.
It's just rolled off my chair. This
live, everybody. Anyway,
yeah, okay. Go ahead. I'm here.
We'll get to that, but
all right.
I mean, like whatever Vinegar Syndrome decides to put out, it's interesting. Like All American Murder, I've never heard of it, but I mean, I'm gonna read it right now. What it says on their website, what it is. It says, load please, thank you. Artie Logan has a history of getting himself in trouble. He's been kicked out of every school he's attended and is no friend to the law, which makes matters extra complicated for his wealthy father, who happens to be a judge. Give him one last chance. Artie is shipped off to Fairfield College, but when his new fling and senator's daughter Tally is burned to death by an unknown assailant, suspicion immediately falls on Artie. Adamant of his innocence, he's granted a 24-hour period in which to unmask the actual culprit. As his hours of freedom dwindle, the killer strikes again and again. And then it calls it a twisted hybrid of slasher and giallo. First of all, that's directed by Anson Williams from Happy Days.
There you go.
Who was that?
That exists. He was Potsy.
Oh, interesting. Sit on it, Potsy.
He also directed TV stuff, so that's why he was kind of in that realm. But it's also got Christopher Walken in it and Jodie Bissett. And Vinegar Syndrome is tightly paced, suspenseful array of unexpectedly grisly murders. Like, I mean, I've never heard of it, but it sounds really fucking interesting. You know, like that's half their MO, in essence.
Wasn't somebody putting out Treasure of the Ninja or something like that from 1987?
Yes, if I recall correctly, I think I mentioned that this morning. I'll double check that.
Isn't that shot on video? Like maybe the screen grabs I've seen of it, it just looks that way, but I always thought that was like a shot on video.
AGFA.
Who is that?
American Genre Film Archive.
So it's probably a DVD, right?
I don't know that for sure.
They did what? Blood?
The Vinegar Syndrome's
They've been doing blues.
A lot of blues.
They're doing Jungle Trap, so.
Yeah, but I mean, they put out that one shot on video movie just on DVD. That label did though.
They did a thing like the last few days as we record this called AGFA-drome, which was you paid a certain amount of money to get a ticket, and then they played like random shit and movies and talked about stuff they have coming out and stuff. And so during that, they said they're doing another Smut Without Smut, which I know is W's area.
No, I still haven't even watched that yet.
They're doing another one though. They don't know what it is yet, but yeah. And then they also said they're doing a movie from 1964 called The Leather Boys. The plot I have here is an immature teenager marries a young biker but becomes disenchanted with the realities of working-class marriage and her husband's relationship with his best friend. And as Chuck asked, Treasure of the Ninja, coming in July, because the first one was June, with more films by William Lee as extra features. And it concerns a secret agent guiding an adventurous female professor on a search for the treasure of the ninja.
I want that.
It's out in July.
Yeah.
Chuck wants
it. I like ninja movies.
Wants it.
Oh, it always got a lot of ninja action in it, though.
Sorry, I just had a brief moment where I remember Ninja 3: The Domination. Anyway,
which version? The first one or the second one? Scream Factory put out.
I bought the second one eventually just to have it because the first one.
I have both.
Yeah.
I only have the first one.
So apart from that, I'll pull it up real quick because I actually don't have it open at the moment. We showed off already that Cauldron put out their stuff. So the original, the limited box versions of Beyond Terror: Crimes of Black Cat came out. They're, I believe, sold out now on most places that would have them. Yeah, they are. You can still buy the regular versions of American Rickshaw and Abracadabra through their website now. You can also buy the shirt that W is presently wearing for $20, as well as Crimes of the Black Cat shirt and American Rickshaw shirts for $25. But of interest was they updated their future releases section, and the list says Horror Italy, Thriller Horror Spain, which those may in fact just be that they left up Beyond Terror and Crimes of the Black Cat, but they may not be. Actually, no, that would be reversed. Never mind. Then Horror USA, Horror Mexico, and Action Crime Italy. So, and that's literally it. Nothing else they say about what anything, but those are the genres and countries the next 5 overall releases are coming from. So beyond that, though, Severin, with their new MVD We're going to tell you at the beginning of every month what's coming out, as long as we can tell you, even if we don't know what all the special features are yet. Method. Finally, we'll be giving the world Strike Commando 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. Unfortunately, not with a commentary track. Not commentary track, excuse me. Soundtrack. And unfortunately, also with no Reb Brown in any interviews whatsoever with him on the first one. Although the guy who replaces him in the role apparently fucking loved working with Matei, and so he was more than willing to talk about it in the second one. And also a movie called Invaders of the Lost Gold, which has Laura Gemser in it, which apparently is fucking crazy.
That looks awesome.
I'm kind of happy they're with MVD now.
It's a good thing. I mean, it makes it more streamlined.
No more holes punched on my copies when I get them in the mail.
I need more of these.
What
Jesse,
is that,
I know you're not watching, but I need more of these. I love stickers.
No,
I got this weird thing with stickers. I like to have multiples because I do tend to put them
on things.
Well, I sent you.
And then I still like to have. Did you send some?
Extra.
I sent you a couple stickers. Yeah.
How many did you send?
2 or 3.
Okay.
A couple.
I was gonna give one to Matt.
Okay. Yeah.
So you don't have to
2 or 3.
Actually just ship him a fucking sticker.
Yeah. Well, if you need more next time we do business, I'll send you some more.
I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
We sell drugs, but man, no, I'm just joking. But no, I think MVD bought. I think they're doing all of it. CAV's stuff they had now, or at least 90% of it. From what I understand, was CAV wasn't interested in doing 4Ks, but MVD was more than happy to do 4Ks.
CAV's lost.
Yeah.
Lost, I should say.
Hey, just don't fight it. Just go with it.
Arrow, going quickly as best I can. Their announcements for the month were The Stylist, a box set of Italian poliziettis, which are supposed to be really, really interesting, those action crime movies they do. And Irizumi. Those are at least the major things upcoming to the other thing.
I know.
I know. They also someone announced today that in their copy of the one of those Further Battles of Humanity sets that just came out, I guess, for the Japanese stuff or whatever it was called.
How many battles could they be?
They made all the ones back in the day, and then they made a couple more of them in the last couple decades.
I don't know, but I've
got the new battles. I got the new Battles of Honor and Humanity. I never got the original ones. That's the one.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That one. Yeah, the person who got theirs said they got a postcard in it for Tale of Two Sisters, the Korean horror movie.
Oh, cool. That was a good movie.
So that's gonna come from them.
That's never been on Blu-ray, has it?
I don't think so. No, not in America anyway.
No, sir.
But the big thing that they also announced that day was 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray of Bird with the Crystal Plumage. At the time,
who wants that? Who wants that old thing?
Me.
Thank you. Yes, me too. And I don't even see. Here's the thing. He wants it. He has an Ultra HD Blu-ray player. I don't even have one.
Call me when the 4K of Inglourious Bastards comes out. All right.
Oh, like you don't fucking want this movie.
Oh, I want it. I've got the other. But I just literally I have the other Arrow Blu-ray of it. You know.
Listen, these people on Arrows and Diabolics Facebook posts, they're like, oh, I don't need the quadruple dip. Fuck you. I'm like, what the fuck is 8? I'm like quintuplet fucking dipping here.
Tell that the Blue Underground. Tell the Blue Underground.
Yeah, you're all happy about them doing some stuff. Fuck it,
I've got multiple DVDs. I've probably got 2 or 3 Blu-rays, and I'm gonna have a fucking 4K. Eat a dick.
Look at my copy of Zombie I have.
I own 3 copies of Tenebrae. I own 3 copies of Tenebrae because
I don't have 3 copies of Tenebrae.
Well, I have it because one of them is signed.
Me, because I've got more than that.
Yeah, I know, right?
I got a lot.
One of them's Arrow, and one of them is Synapse. And the thing is, all 3 of them have different special features. So why the fuck wouldn't I? I mean, there's reasons to.
I've got that Synapse Steelbook.
I might have gotten it if I recall correctly. That's I think what I have, the Steelbook. But yeah, basically the first one they did, it's a black cover with a drawing of the blue bird with crystal plumage on it. Comes with a poster, 6 art cards, double-sided poster for the record, and an insert book. Bunch of special features, etc. Then, as we record this today, Arrow goes, hey, by the way, we had this idea. We were going to do this event with Dario, but COVID kind of fucked it. So rather than throw this whole idea out, hey, limited edition, 1,000 or 1,500, depending on what website you look at. Here's another version of it, which has original Italian cover art, front, back, and the poster on the inside is double-sided with theatrical poster art instead of one side being definitely the new artwork they have for their other one. So that one's limited, same disc, same case, same card, same booklet, just has different poster, different artwork. This one, on the other hand, is standard 6 discs, 6 cards, etc. Both of them are limited in a sense because that's how the 4K Ultra HDs work. But eventually, there's going to probably be a regular of the 4K as well down the line. But fuck yes, I want Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Like I said, I'm not going to pay $47 for it right now. But
I got put in the group chat.
Yeah.
I on my break this afternoon, I went ahead and ordered it. But when I went to Diabolic's website and I logged into my account, the original one was in my account waiting to be checked out. So I got rid of it and put the new one in there. It's limited.
It's a great fucking poster. That's the thing. Like, if I was going to buy it right now, I would. It's a fucking phenomenal poster.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty cool.
So
I get paid tomorrow, so.
There you go.
I get paid weekly now. It's actually kind of fucking convenient.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Ain't it?
I'm bi-weekly, but still, I mean.
I've been bi-weekly my entire fucking adult life.
You should buy. You should talk to Chuck Mart about what he has to offer.
I cannot do that right now.
Didn't you say something about you getting a job soon, Chuck?
Yeah, we did.
Gainful employment.
Where's
why
your stimmy?
not? Right? Why not? Where is it? That's a good question.
I need you to buy this philosophy of a knife off of me.
Yeah, how much you want for that philosophy of a knife?
Well, what do you want to spend?
Not much.
What's not much?
Hang on, let me check. Let me see what the going rate for it is.
I already
right
looked
now
on
for
eBay
you.
today. I don't need an eBay price.
What's it going to be when the other version comes out?
I mean, I'm thinking
We're not going to, for the record, not that it's the same company, because it's not, but I do want to point out, we will not be discussing Massacre Video's most recent announcement. End of thought.
No, we will not.
Yeah, what's he thinking?
I don't know, Chuck. Like $50 shipped.
I mean, that's a bargain, Chuck. That's a bargain. I got a guy here shipping from Taiwan for $65 with free shipping. That's a bargain. $50.
I just paid $60 for a pair of Crocs, boys.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
One for me. One for me. What? Why are you looking at me this way for? That's shoe prices, ain't it?
Oh God! Oh my God!
Ain't that the normal price for Crocs?
Just go fucking to a recycling bin and get her ass some 2 liters and cut holes in them.
Okay. These are leopard print, boys.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
I'm apologizing in advance for this one, but welcome to the West Virginia part of the podcast.
Yeah. Well, listen,
that's what I'm saying. Good Lord, my friend.
I mean, what's the difference?
Sometimes some $6 Dollar General ones just won't do, you know. Hey, the government sent me $1,400.
Whenever you get it.
What's $60, right?
Jesus.
What? It's a one-time deal.
So, lastly, in terms of news, here's a follow-up from a few episodes ago.
Follow up.
I've watched this now.
And thankfully, I didn't buy it.
Pretty bad.
I know.
I canceled. I bought it. I canceled my order.
I wish it immediately told you to cancel your order because, I'll be clear, honestly, better movie than Trauma or Police of Blundering in the Dark.
Oh,
has a real mother of a twist to it in terms of like it's going in a weird direction and covers like a weird direction. Like the beginning of the movie doesn't seem like it has anything to do with the movie at all, but it kind of like ties it back in basically. But movie's great. The audio is the single worst audio track I have ever heard on a Blu-ray ever or a DVD.
Ever?
Ever. Forever. It cuts back to Italian briefly 7 times in the middle of it. I counted.
Charles Band on Charles Band now.
It goes up and down in terms of its levels over and over again, sometimes in the same scene.
Is there a replacement disc?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Not to my knowledge. Which
he's like
he.
He sees no reason to change his ways.
Correct.
He got your money. It's a bargain.
Yeah, I mean, the video, some people said the video wasn't great. The video's fine. I paid $8 for it on Full Moon's website. The video's fine. If I paid any more than that, I'd be pissed.
Well, like
I'm just doing this as a public service announcement. I mean,
the plot, everything sounds awesome about this movie, and the artwork's actually pretty cool. But of course, something has to be fucking wrong with it.
It is based on the real. It's based on the poster art. This is a piece of the poster art.
When Full Moon put out something like that, you should have knew something was up.
So I bring that up both just to let people know. I mean, if you get it for $8, it's watchable, but you're going to be sitting there going, "Oh my God, it's Italian again" for no reason, because there's no subtitles. There's no subtitles. No subtitle option because again, Full Moon gonna Full Moon. They don't have an Italian audio track, so why would we have fucking subtitles? Hissing comes and goes and things like that. But I bring it up both to say, buyer beware. If you really want to see it, it's watchable, but you're going to be mad on some level. But also to say, oh, by the way, apparently they're also doing Emmanuel in Black Velvet and Emmanuel in America.
Well, we'll see.
I told W after I watched this, I said, you really think I'm going to buy a goddamn thing they put out from any other country other than America that they didn't make themselves, that was made 40, 50 years ago?
Where's bad channels? Where's bad channels at, boys?
Like,
I want bad channels now.
Yeah,
so,
Morgan and I watched Bad Channels on Tubi. I mean, it's been a few months, but that's the first time I had revisited it since Eli and I reviewed it way back when.
And I.
Yeah.
I was there.
And, man, it's just a fun fucking movie.
I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, I get it. Maybe I get it. Don't they still sell, like, the CD soundtrack on their website?
They do. So. I had it.
It can't be an audio rights thing. Then they're selling the fucking soundtrack. Like, I don't.
I hope it's not a situation where there's no they don't have the source.
So supposedly, we didn't really talk about this on the show, but when I ordered this, I bought it with Tourist Trap. And the whole thing with their more recent red-covered version of Tourist Trap is it's the version that actually has the movie in it. Because supposedly the last Tourist Trap Blu-ray said on it, uncut, etc., and it was missing 5 minutes of footage.
It was. I got rid of it.
And I still have it.
They talked to David Schmoller, and he's like, yeah, I don't know where the fuck they got that from. Like, where the fuck they got that transfer from. And somebody else was like, and then Charles Band comes out and goes, oh, this is what we found. This was uncut. And someone goes, no, it really fucking wasn't. Like,
the DVD
we don't know where the fuck
got more footage.
Yes, like...
They screwed up.
And
they won't admit it.
And then someone said, apparently, that they think it was, that they didn't have a print. They didn't have the original element. And so they had to go from somewhere else. And what they found was that, they may not have the elements anymore. It wouldn't shock me.
Mm-hmm.
Was that ever theatrical?
I don't know.
That's
straight to VHS, boys. Straight to VHS.
That's going to suck if that's the case, because that might mean it never comes out on Blu-ray.
I don't know. We got stuff like what's that one with the girl from Twin Peaks with the Beth the Monster, the Marilyn, I can't even pronounce it.
Marilyn Fenn?
Well, no. The name of the movie it starts with M. But it's got the girl that played, the hot chick from Twin Peaks is in it, and she's naked. That got a Blu-ray release.
I just enjoy watching you react sometimes. It's great.
Every subspecies, but part 4 got a Blu-ray release.
Hey,
even the Vampire Diaries.
You gotta get ready for Subspecies 5 coming out. Gotta get ready for Subspecies 5.
Has it got the regular Ragu or whatever his name is?
If I'm not mistaken,
Radu.
Anders Hove is it?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Anders Hove is playing Radu again. Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's gonna take a lot of makeup since vampires don't age.
Well, the problem
To
is,
be fair, Radu never always looked like shit. So
the problem is like they went those Puppet Master movies took a dive south, boys. So I don't have no faith in this new subspecies movie.
But Chuck, what are your thoughts? I mean, it's the Resonator at Miskatonic U. It's the From Beyond sequel that Stuart Gordon never fucking wanted.
I'm excited. I think it looks all right.
I'm in the wait and see. I'm in the wait and see mind state of this, but
the only real issue I have, honestly, with it, because you're right, it looks okay. The issue I have is it keeps looking like they did what Full Moon does, which is they got footage of a Resonator, whether from Beyond or they built one somewhere, and they filmed it for like 10 minutes.
And they're going to insert that 50 times.
And then they're just going to splice in like footage of the Resonator every so often.
I hope so.
Oh, you mean
that's
like
what I got, that's what I got
like the way they keep using the Puppet Master animations for like the last 5 movies?
Charles Band. Charles Band.
Yes,
let me check on that. Subspecies 5.
Half these movies didn't get made because of COVID, so we'll see what happens.
Good. Blood Rise, starring Anders Hove and Denise Duff.
We're going to be 10 movies in 1 year. The Deadly 10 or whatever. We only got like 3 of them.
According to IMDb, apparently Subspecies 5, Blood Rise, is 500 years in the life of Radu Vladislas, and apparently 5 is a prequel.
Wow. So let's make the makeup even more obvious. At least with how they left him in part 4, he'd have a good excuse, or in part 3, he'd have a good excuse for looking bad in part 4. No. I was right the first time. The way they left him in part 4, he'd have a good excuse for looking bad in part 5.
Chronicles his descent from a noble warrior for the church to a depraved creature of the night. Stolen by crusaders on the night of his birth, he has no knowledge of his bloodline. His mother was a demon and his father was a vampire.
His mother was a whore, whatever it was. But what do? They drop the concept of his little fingers turning into little people by what, part 2 or 3?
Yeah,
that was so. His fingers were like this fucking long. I mean,
but they cut the piece out, but the fingers actually doing that. No, just
it wasn't in the budget after part 2. Even though that technically was the subspecies were, right?
They can't make another Bad Channels, man. They have to make another fucking movie in which what's her face go to some random meme location.
Yeah. Or there's got to be a ginger man smoking a bong.
Ginger Weed Man, sir.
Oh,
get it
they've
right.
already crossed over those movies already.
Yeah, Ginger Weed Man's been made. It's out on the Full Moon channels and stuff.
Horrible.
Well, I mean, they crossed over like the Killer Bong versus Ginger Dead Man before. Like that was already a movie before.
Yeah, and Demonic Toys versus some Killer Toys versus Demonic.
Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys, which is an Anchor Bay release because
Full
Moon don't own it.
Yeah.
Dollman took on Demonic Toys.
And Troma, like we said, we talked about Troma for a second, doing that Night Beast with. They're doing some weird shit. Like I want to say what they announced is they did it for streaming purposes. It's the only thing that makes sense. Right. But we mentioned they're doing Children again on Blu-ray. We mentioned they're doing Night Beast. So they're doing stuff they already had before.
That says they never have money.
Right. But
did
then
they
do
their own transfers? Because they did, I think, we're out already.
They announced in a press release that they picked up distribution for Maniac Cop 2 and 3 and Frankenhooker. Which...
Frankenhooker was with Unearthed Films at one time.
Frankenhooker was with Unearthed Films. It was with Synapse. It was with Arrow. And Maniac Cop 2 and 3 were with Bill Lustig and Blue Underground. And if it's just for streaming, I get it. Fine. But if you're going to put out Blu-rays of it, what the fuck are you going to do different from anybody else? Or better? Like...
That's just for people that buy anything that says Troma on it. And there's people out there who do that.
Not as many anymore.
What happens when Lloyd dies, by the way?
Pat probably takes over.
Yeah.
Michael Hers is still alive. That'd also be a possibility.
Maybe. Are they ever going to make a new Toxic Avenger movie?
No, they're too busy making their version of The Tempest.
Oh, but you know that... I don't know. This is way off topic. I just remembered. The part 3 of The Collector has been abandoned.
Already?
They shot 8 days of it, and they decided not to go back and shoot anymore.
Why?
So don't ask me what happened there. Either it was really bad or they ran out of money. I don't know. What to do. How do you blow a budget in 8 days if it's a budgetary thing? Right?
I mean, like I still have yet to this point to watch Return to Nukem High Part 2 yet.
Don't do it. Stop after one.
I liked one, and
One's great. One's great. Two is not, because
one was funded partway by Lionsgate.
You could tell though when it comes to like
when it takes 10 years to make the sequel and you're fucking trauma.
Well, when you watch the movie, you find out real quick they didn't have enough stuff for a sequel. They added a bunch of crap in that just ruined the whole thing.
Well, what happened as they were putting it out, because I was a part of the Kickstarter, was they kept going, can add this in. Hey, we have the ability to get a duck in the movie. Let's get a duck in the movie. Like, and
Anchor Bay, bit the bullet on that one.
And no, Anchor Bay didn't bite the bullet. That's the thing. Anchor Bay built the bullet on the first one. Trauma put out the second one. Because Anchor Bay didn't want goddamn shit to do with it anymore. But in that regard, to point out, so you go from that to making long discussed not rip-off, but like you make Romeo and Juliet because you want to do Romeo and Juliet, and everybody says, hey, that's great, you did really awesome with that. We really love that. Look at James Gunn. Isn't he so amazing from what he did here with writing it? God, it's a great movie. And Lloyd goes, wow, let's milk that Shakespeare teeth some more. And so he makes what's called Shakespeare's Shitstorm, which is Troma doing The Tempest, and which apparently has already played festivals. So to my knowledge, it's fucking done. But Troma is Troma. And so if within the next 5 years on any form of home media, I'll be shocked, because they'll run that sucker around at festivals for the next decade, because that's what they do.
Do we have festivals right now?
They'll wait because of the fact that that's what they do. Like, they already put it in at digital ones. Whenever they hold a Troma dance anywhere, he'll bring his transfer of Shakespeare Shitstorm and throw it on the screen alongside Toxic Avenger and Class of Nukem High.
Sounds about right.
That's what Lloyd does. I mean, I can rip on him a little bit because I've met the guy enough times. I've been to enough Troma dances.
Yeah. Thus brings us to our conclusion this week, I suppose.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, do not expect us to be reviewing very much in the way of Troma stuff.
Unless something changes.
Nothing's going to change.
Well, my thing is, I'll be honest, as much as I riff on them right now, I still have them in a higher regard than Full Moon.
Yeah.
But, what I'm saying is, but they don't have anything as good as Bad Channels, first of all. And second of all, that being said, even I'm not stupid enough to think that W would review a Troma movie if it wasn't given to him for free.
We still have to get through this next giallo movie so we can dive headfirst back into the Amityville stuff.
We are not doing the Amityville stuff before we talk about Killer Fucking Pants, okay? We are reviewing Slacks before we do Amityville movies.
Amityville's coming in June.
Yeah. It's coming back. I'm not saying we're not doing it. It's coming in June. But yeah, we got some new stuff to talk about. Slacks.
That's going to be my Exorcast birthday present. More Amityville.
There you go.
Great. I need to pick one for myself for May 14th. You can edit that out, right?
We'll get an Amityville. We'll throw an Amityville in there for May 14th. Don't you worry about it.
I need it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share, all that stuff, and
like it.
Support boutique developers because they're better. They're better than buying from Amazon.
Yeah. That's true. But I buy a shitload of stuff from Amazon, so. All right, well, we'll see you next time with some more Forgotten Giallo. Forgotten Gialli. Yep. Spanish Gialli. Right, Chuck?
Buy overpriced Crocs. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.